I know many of you have seen it, but are you guys truly ready to become a Shinobi in VR? What's up guys, PopPop101 here. Today I'm going to be taking you through the best parts of Trials of the Shinobi Nomad version, which yes, it does include all the spells, all the weapons, and a ton of other really cool things. So why don't we get straight into it. First off, as you guys saw in that little introduction, we finally have the Rasengan, which, come on pal, we can officially knock enemies back exactly like we're supposed to, and just ready for this? We have the giant Rasengan 2, knocks enemies back super easy, but wait, there's more. Now yes, it does have all the versions of it, but what I really want to show you is our Rasen Shuriken, because I did update it, so now it has the proper particle animation. Just look at that. Absolutely incredible. We can obviously hit enemies with the Rasen Shuriken, or if we throw it, on collision, it also explodes. Oh yeah. Honestly, I might have to stick to just modding Nomad after this, because this is really, really fun. And of course, it does have all the other abilities too, which I'm not going to be getting into in this video. This is more so just a demonstration that everything works. So let's see, we have, of course, our Shadow Clone Jutsu. But wait, if you don't want to spawn in one, you can keep pulling the trigger, spawn in as many as you like. And along with Shadow Clone Jutsu, why don't we use Particle Style, which quite literally evaporates enemies into dust. Easy peasy. And yes, they do drop their weapons. All of that's customizable though. You can disintegrate the weapons too if you really like. Oh man, we have Fireball Jutsu. Knocks enemies back, lights them on fire. And of course the classic, if we merge these two together and you pull apart, we get... Hey, just back up. Thank you. Why don't we try that again? 3 different Fireball Jutsus. Now that is cool. What do you think? No? And of course, grabbing weapons, holding the trigger, can light enemies on fire with this Fireball Jutsu imbued blade. What else do we have? Of course, our Renegon. Come on. So overpowered, so much fun. Pull the trigger, shoot the Renegon. And of course, trigger and grip, we get the super long chakra rod. Very, very cool. Now, one that I have completely overhauled, we have the Kamui, which I haven't actually shown you guys yet. But we pull the trigger while grabbing an enemy. We can phase them right through anything. So she's literally in the floor, which so much fun. If we pull the trigger and release, we actually now get to absorb everything that we're looking at. So I gotta be honest with you, if I wanted to do this, yes, it works on enemies too. Now if we pull the grip and then the trigger, we actually can shoot out everything that we've absorbed. And with some of the bigger things, it does get a little bit weird. But at least for now, we can shoot out all the weapons and, come on, we can even shoot out the enemies that we've absorbed and aim them at their old allies. And one I know you guys have been waiting for, our Expansion Jutsu, which gives us these lovely gigantic hands. And if we merge together and we pull apart, we actually become gigantic. It's extra knockback with our gigantic hands, and it's just overall a ton of fun to use. To go back to normal size, all we need to do is merge. And last but not least, we have Shuriken Jutsu, which works perfectly as always, but I do want to show you guys a few of the customizations that I've made. Now, all of these do work, so definitely have fun and experiment with them, but what I want to show you is, now Trials of the Shinobi comes with this auto-target force, which, if you guys didn't know, it is auto-targeting for thrown projectiles, which aims at either the head or the neck, and there is optional variation between the two. And overall, it's just a ton of fun to use. Now, one part of it that I do want to show you guys which is brand new, is if we set this all the way back down to 0, we turn the auto-targeting off. But the part I want to show you guys is we scroll up to Shuriken Jutsu, we have a despawn timer and a random imbue, which cycles through a bunch of different Trials of the Shinobi imbues. So, atomic dismantling, but you guys get the idea. And real quick, if we want to go through the weapons, everything works except Asuma's Chakra Blade. That one, if you spawn it in, it crashes the game. But of course, we have our Exploding Kunai, which works fantastic. Our Demon Wind Shuriken. Using this with auto-targeting is so much fun, because as you throw it, it obviously spins. There's an animation that plays, and it looks fantastic. Enma's Staff, which grows and shrinks based on whatever you guys like at the moment. We keep going, they all work. We have our Lightning Blades. Very, very cool. I can't forget about the incredibly long Sword of Nunoboko, which just so happens to sometimes glitch out if you try to equip it originally. But this is what we have, and of course, bonk. And let's see what else. Ooh, the big one that I know all of you guys have been waiting for. We have Minato's Teleporting Kunai. Keep in mind, a full video will be made pretty soon on this. But for now, we throw it, we pull the trigger, we teleport directly to wherever the kunai is, and we automatically grab it. Now, it is customizable whether or not you want to do that, because if you press the spell button, you'll just teleport to the location. Although, for me, I've always liked teleporting to it and grabbing it immediately, because, watch this. So, now that I have one in each hand, let's turn on slow-mo and go up. There's one. There's two. And we can just keep doing it back and forth and back and forth. And of course, we can auto-rotate to face the enemies. And one interesting thing that I learned recently with Nomad is there's actually this barrier up top here. But weapons can phase through it, so that'll let us easily go up there. So let's say we're fighting an enemy and it just so happens they're too tough for us to fight. Go up like that. Oh my goodness. They can no longer reach us. And to get down, teleport back to your kunai. Yeah. It's that easy. Last but not least, one thing I do want to mention to you guys is, of course, you can do the fabled combo jutsu that Minato does. I'm going to do this one in slow motion just because I'm not so experienced at it. I'm sure you guys know. Are you ready? And throw it. Teleport right above, use our Rasengan, and bam. Although, since it was a shadow clone, he died pretty easily, but you guys get the idea. For now, those are the most important parts of Trials of the Shinobi 4 Blade and Sorcery Nomad. Everything works except for a couple of things that I've linked down in the description. One of them being if I use the Renegon and throw my hand up. With the PCVR version, we have Planetary Devastation. At the moment, it doesn't work for Nomad. Sorry to tell you guys that. But then again, if we use the Renegon and we go up, we can spawn in the Disruption Cubes. Along with that, Asuma's Chakra Blades do not work at all. And the final big thing that doesn't work is our Chidori. So if I pull the grip right now, the game will crash. But the one thing you can do is, just like Planetary Devastation, if we go up, we can actually spawn in the Kirin. Which, I gotta say, at the very least, very, very cool. But that is it for this video. You can get Trials of the Shinobi Nomad down in the description at virtualitygaming.tech. But that's it. So if you guys like this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It helps out the channel a ton. Thanks for watching.